Welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. Hit the music. Yeah, I was right. That's blowing up the level.
We are here in the Triple Threat Podcast studio for the first time ever. We are live and in person. Usually we're live and not in person.
Are the levels good?
Levels are better now, I think.
Okay,
great.
So we may have just blown out your ears, and for that...
I can fix it in post.
And for that, I'm not sorry.
If Matt can fix it in post, then that's fine.
It's not a question of if, it's if I can. Very capable.
Question of how.
Very capable.
This feels very weird.
It's
I
odd.
can see both of you right now.
It's odd.
I don't like it.
Well, didn't you have some friends who thought that we were all in the same room when we recorded this to begin with, and they were confused because
I have to wear pants. That's another thing I don't
Hey man,
enjoy about this.
pants not required.
Yeah, they asked how he did it, and I told them that we recorded all in separate locations, and they were quite blown away. And I guess they quite missed the part where every week we introduce ourselves and say, "Hi, from Vancouver, it's Will. From Halifax, it's Alex and Matt."
Or it used to be Saskatoon. I just don't see the point in telling people where we are, but I guess we can bring it back if
There
we
is
want.
a point in telling people where
Well, where we are right now.
We'll bring it back. We'll do a Led Zeppelin quiz every single week.
Yes! Hammer of the Gods rides again.
Right.
Where are we now? We're podcasting right now, live, of course, Monday morning. Good morning. Yeah, Alex got his cup of Joe. He's got his cup of coffee. We're recording live from our basement.
Our parents' basement.
At our
The
parents'
ancestral
childhood home.
The ancestral home in Cole Harbour.
Boys, I'd ask you how your Christmas was, but I was there.
And you know.
I was there in person.
But I'll tell you who doesn't know are our fair listeners.
Guys, my Amazon wish list is tapped out now. There's nothing left. It's a barren wasteland.
But if you want to check out Matt's Amazon wish list, go to
Amazon.com/wishlist/XP9824.
This is actually correct, by the way. Everything he's saying right now is
I
right.
just put in your name.
Just put in your name.
Speaking of wish lists,
yes.
Will needs to learn how to read them.
Yeah, so this is what happened.
Can we tell the story?
We are telling
tell
the story because you've guilted Will into having to tell
Anything
the story.
we introduce, we have to say. So we...
Remember the time Alex got abducted by aliens? We'll talk about it later.
And then he went back and he's like, "Hey boys, remember me?" Thanks to Independence Day. No, we would text...
Welcome to Earth!
Earth. We text each other about our presents that each other got and what each other wanted. So I guess at one
We should
point...
say gifts, because our presence is...
is-
my presence is my
yeah.
present.
In this situation, we're talking specifically about getting gifts for people that aren't each other. So we're saying,
Yes.
what did you get for mom and dad? I got this.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this. Okay,
Yeah.
we're good. I have this idea.
I'm
Alex
big
was
on
good.
that. I'm big on that. Being
Helpful.
like, this person wants this, I got them this. Go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So Matt says, check out our wish list.
Yeah.
You know, he's got one. I believe your wife has one as well.
She does, indeed.
Yeah.
So Will is, how do I say this, 30, and therefore
I want to say that.
not good with the internet? He's like telling a grandmother
Hey, man.
how to do things.
I remember when internet was Netscape Navigator.
So, yeah,
I
yeah,
used
yeah.
it in elementary school. Remember all that stuff. You
So
guys
we
don't
have
know.
a iPhone message, I guess, with all three of us in it.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, check out the wish list, blah, blah, blah. Matt.
Yeah.
So Will's like, what do you want? Matt's like, check out the wish list. I then text Will separately and go, just so you know, I got Matt Last of Us on PS3 and
Yeah.
Creativity Inc., so don't get that.
Solid gifts, by the way.
Solid gifts. Good gifts. Good
Yeah,
gifts.
because Matt read the book and played the game already,
Yes,
didn't you,
he did.
Matt?
That's it.
Yeah, of course he
Finished
did.
it. I was
Yeah.
The Last of Us.
Wow.
About a fortnight later, 2 weeks.
2
though.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Do we really need to explain what a fortnight is? I feel like our listenership is
Well, it's
pretty
a Paul F. Tompkins. Paul F. Tompkins bit.
Paul Thomas Anderson bit.
Paul F. Tompkins.
PFTA.
Oh, man. Anyway, Will messages Matt and I in the group and goes, hey, like, what did mom and dad want? We told him. He's like, yeah, by the way, I got Emily that book she wanted. Creativity Inc. And I was like, oh, my.
So I'm getting this.
The funny thing is, Matt's like,
Matt
what
sees
book?
it and he's like, yeah, and I knew what he meant as soon as he said it.
Because I know full well that my wife, though very learned, she did not have any books on her Amazon wish list. This is much I knew. What?
Though she's well read.
Didn't
no
she have
books
books
on her Amazon list.
Oh, you have
Probably
one.
Matt's. This is the problem. The problem remains the same.
Alex's passion, though fiery in person, is thankfully well heard here as well. Please keep slamming your coffee on the table that has this.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it there, by the way. So I didn't put my
Why don't you
Bev
tell me-
rod.
So for the first 4.5 minutes of this podcast, if you hear something slamming, it's just Alex gently setting down his coffee.
It's just clunking. It's him pounding his fist
This
to
injustice
make a
will
point.
not
So
stand.
Alex, what did you do when you saw that Will had told me that he got Emily something she had not asked for.
Told an Elvis Presley. I took my phone and shot it. I said,
Had a peanut butter and banana
that takes
sandwich.
care of that. That takes care of that. I didn't like what was on it, so I shot it.
Oh my God.
So I immediately message Will and go, so, period. Next line.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna actually
Read
try
it
to,
to the principal's
I'm gonna
office.
try to
Don't
bring
read it
up
out
the
loud.
exact
Oh
thing.
my
Because I need to convey my disappointment and rage.
He was, yeah,
This is a topic Alex is passionate about.
a little bit.
I like getting people good gifts.
He's very good at it. He's very capable of it.
When people say they want something, I get them that.
So,
Period.
that book you bought Emily is not one she wants. Matt wanted it. And I already told you I bought for him. That's supposed to be it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then I said, oh, frickin' poo. Frickin' darn it. Sorry, man. It's all good, but return it if you can. I'll take care of it. This might work in our favor. Blah, 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 and the whole thing. So I thought it'd be hilarious on Christmas morning. We're doling out the presents.
Good bit.
Emily's like, hey, this one. No, not that one.
Don't open that. Okay, watch the levels.
No touching.
No touching.
So I told, I knew full well what was happening because Will had texted me this. So I told Emily, I prepped her for it. I said, just so you know, there's a very good chance on Christmas Day you'll open a gift you don't want from Will. Just accept it.
Great, so everything she opens, like, do I want this? Or
No.
Is this
She
the
knew it
one?
was a book. It's okay.
She knew it was a, that's for giving me a buck for Christmas.
It's just she's trying to get it over with.
You're rich.
But we
you
didn't want her
jerk.
to open the present before you did.
Hey, I wrapped one of her presents really nicely, by the way.
You got me a Rex Ryan book one year.
Pancake Smash. Like, you and Dad, I bought that for you guys.
And then returned
Play
it.
like you mean it.
Then returned it.
And I read a bit of it on the way to Grammys that year, too.
How was it?
It was cool. He really wanted to beat New England.
Let's go grab a snack.
Anyway, so yeah, Christmas morning, my
Maybe
hilarious
unemployed by the
joke.
time they listen to this, by the way.
Hilarious joke went over like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
It's
Like
just
99 Luftballons.
Those balloons. You sang that last week, though.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
You
God.
can't-
Every week.
Captain Kirk is the only English line in the German version of that song.
Okay.
What's Captain in German?
Oh, I don't know.
It's probably
El Capitan.
You know what's weird about what we're doing right now? Is normally we can go, what's this? And then we Google it, but none of us are facing the computer.
Yeah.
We're on our own. No, we're on our own, bro.
We have a phone.
We're on our
I'm
own.
displaying a phone.
I imagine if you watch like Inglourious Bastards, they'll probably say Captain at some point. When
Language, please.
You ordered 3. Germans say 3. That's a
And-
visual
and
joke.
visual-
You're not going to get it.
But if you see the movie Inglourious Bastards, you'll know that A, what that is, and if you don't, then 2, it's a spoiler.
And
D. Home Alone.
In the most boring
how
house.
we looking, Matt? Yeah, we're topping out pretty hard. Well,
Yeah, I'm just worried about the. See, folks, when we used to record this, we've gone through a couple iterations of recording this podcast. One of which was doing a little bit of jujitsu and
Jiu-jitsu?
Jujitsu,
I put the
computer
Jew in
jujitsu.
jiu-jitsu.
I know karate.
And so we would used to feed everything through GarageBand and then record it, but it kind of killed GarageBand, and a couple times we lost podcasts, which is why there's
We've recorded
one podcast in our
entire
history.
entire tomes,
Yeah.
symphonies.
There was a
movements.
World Cup quiz that was sadly lost.
I put
to
so much
Samsung.
effort
I know,
into that.
exactly. So this whole time, even though I have the internet off and I only have one program running and this is it, I'm still minorly concerned.
Minorly concerned.
Minorly concerned. It's on the back of my mind. It's on the fringe.
There's a modicum of concern coming from
Yes.
So in theory, we
Three
could
volumes.
just record like a chunk at a time and pause it and save it.
You know what? You're absolutely right. We totally could.
Take a look
in a book.
reading Rainbow.
I'm so glad that harmonizing is part of the podcast now because we can do it.
And it's going to be in sync.
I told...
I almost started
No,
singing Umbop after you said it.
Oh,
Which
that
is
a
crazy
crime.
because those are not though. Hanson is arguably one of the more boy bands, but it's more like a brothers band.
Boy
No.
bands.
They're not one of the more boy bands. They're one of the more band boy bands because they actually play instruments.
Yeah.
Zach's on there. Taylor and Isaac on guitar, and then Zach's on the drums.
It's really weird to see them now because they're like one of them's 35, the other
They
one's
played
32.
the casino like 2 years ago. Casino Nova Scotia.
How was it when you went? How was
It's
it?
really good.
So how's
Did a cover of "Turn Me Loose" by Loverboy? Oh,
is that Loverboy?
I don't.
I
I'm
think,
really.
I think Loverboys played the casino themselves long
Oh, I'm
enough
sure.
that they get booed out. Like, we
I'm
heard
sure-
that last week.
Loverboy, I'm sure goes to the casino and they're like, yeah, can we have room like 218? Like I was there last week and I liked it a lot. That's
We
what
were
happens.
working for the weekend, but this weekend was the one we were expecting. We were working for a better weekend than this, damn it.
I wish I knew another Loverboy song.
What? I wish we could Google it.
Oh, Loverboy!
Shout out to all you Loverboy fans out there.
Anyway, Will, don't beat yourself up too bad about that. The Christmas.
Well, I haven't. I'm over it.
Everything was good.
I don't think
happened.
Will beats himself up too much about anything.
I was just
That's just why
You make it sound like Will should beat himself up more.
Yeah, he should.
Like, he should just be in the shower, kind of like
Hey,
kicking my ass. Do you mind?
Watch the language, bro.
What
It's
else?
ES.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
ES-ish. ES bastard.
and frickin' darn
Frickin'
it.
poo.
Oh, frickin' poo. Frickin' darn it.
It is funny they did use the F word and then I said poo.
Did you actually say poo?
Yeah, and he actually said the F word.
That's pretty great.
I didn't say the F word, I typed it. Actually, someone typed it for me. I don't know who.
Okay. I don't.
Series?
I'll be honest. I don't quite understand that. Now, Will, since the last
Does Siri
recorded,
auto-correct to ducking if you do text?
I don't autocorrect.
no, she'll.
You don't have autocorrect on?
I
No, I don't know
haven't had
autocorrect
autocorrect
okay,
on since
ladies and gentlemen, autocorrect is unnecessary because you type the words yourself.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Will
but,
just show me the
but 50% of the time it works. If I type certain
50%,
things,
50% of the time is not good
50%
enough
of
for
the
that.
time it works every time.
Half the time, I'm accurate.
Sometimes like I was typing somebody telling like what sport teams I like. I was like, I like the Red Sox and I like Liverpool, and Liverpool autocorrect to all caps and like 9 O's. I was like, that autocorrect.
I like.
Sorry about that.
I like the New England Patriots.
Isn't that funny?
And the Red Sox.
I was
Liverpool!
yeah, that's how it reads. What a stupid sentence. I was texting somebody the sports teams I like.
I am very curious about like what it'd be like. I don't know. If Mom was like, got hit on the head, and she was like, "So what sports teams do you like again?" I was
Mom
just
was
gonna
hit on the
buy
head. God,
If,
save us,
guys, ifs.
Guys, that's really
Okay.
dark.
So, Will, since you have
Guys.
seen the most recent Hobbit movie, the Cinque Armies.
That's 5. I thought you were being
Hobbit,
really racist
First
there
Blood,
for a
Part
second.
2. The Chink Armies.
Whoa!
No, Cinque. Not, oh gosh.
All right, Matt, get your finger on the bleeper.
Hey.
It's a blue
So what'd you think of
Get
it?
your finger on the blonger. I don't cock your head at me.
Double cock head.
I enjoyed
We
it.
cocked our heads at each other.
I enjoyed Hobbit Botfa.
Battle of the Five Armies.
Botfa, yeah. Hobbit Botfa.
Stop saying Botfa.
We said Dofpa earlier this year.
Doffa?
If you could say Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Dotpoda.
Dofpoda.
Dotpoda.
Dawn
President
of
of the
the...
United States.
There's no F.
Not Rotpoda.
Oh wait, Dofpa was Days of Future Past. That's what we meant.
Days of Future Past.
And
yeah,
Dotpa.
Dotpa.
You come up
So
with
cause?
you come up with
Do you do
acronyms
cause?
much quicker than I do, though.
Yeah, well... I just shorten everything to one letter and then hope everyone else understands.
Comprehension.
And they don't, and I don't fix it.
Abkajef, you never met for two is.
That's just the alphabet, everyone.
It's the most remarkable word I've ever seen.
What?
You don't remember that from Sesame Street?
No, but...
Big Bird
Why
saw
would
it?
you teach them that?
I'm just
Abkajef
proud I
never
knew
met
that was the alphabet.
How do you say it again?
Abkajef, you never met for He's got a mumble alphabet.
god.
So,
There's a lot of consonants
Sorry
in a
about
row.
that on the levels. I'll laugh into a pillow, just like
Oh my
I'll scream
gosh.
into a pillow.
every night.
This whenever Liverpool scores.
Did you like the Hobbit movie?
Get the pillow ready. Yes, I enjoyed Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. First of all, it's the shortest one probably that he's made. It's 2 hours 24 minutes, which is 10 minutes longer than Love Actually. Is what we
Like,
figured out.
I feel like Peter Jackson got calls from James Cameron, and he was like, "Guys, shorten your movie already."
Well, James, like Terminator 2 is like 2 hours long. Avatar, Avatar's like 3 hours, isn't it? He's got to introduce a whole world. A whole new world.
Can you name the five armies?
Well,
Here we go. Number one.
they don't really say the battle. There's a bit of battle of the five armies. There's the men of Esgaroth. There's the
Women of Asgard.
and the women of Esgaroth. There's the elves, the wood elves. There's the
Sheet metal elves.
the dwarven army. There's the goblin army, and there should be a warg army in there, but there really kind
Warg?
of wasn't. Yeah,
Isn't that the,
the wolves.
Oh, those,
So, like, and the wolves are under the goblins' control. So that's one of the armies. But this movie has a lot of what the Lord of the Rings movies do the best, or should I say the Rings movies do the best, is that they have these big sweeping battle scenes. Yes, the sweeping left, right, and center with, some of what is best worked digitally. And it was cool. I just finished the Hobbit book too before reading
watching the movie. You said reading the movie, didn't you?
Yes, before watching
you're really
the movie.
watching the movie, you're reading the movie.
I just finished reading the book too, and the book's kind of like, yes, it was called The Battle of the Five Armies, and they all fought, and then that was it. It's kind of like, and then these guys died, and then and then it was the end of the whole thing. So.
There was an interesting article I saw on
Bilbo turns into Darth Vader right at the end.
Nice.
Darth Baggins.
Nate Silver's website 538. They did a.
That's the Electoral College, everyone. That's how many seats are on the Electoral College.
It's true. And so on this website, they did an article about movies adapted from books and how many minutes of movie there are per pages of book. And the Battle of Five Armies.
I'm just curious
Just
how you calculate that.
How long the movies are versus how many pages, and you have a ratio.
Yeah.
So for Lord of the Rings, the books, they go, okay, well, there's 540 minutes of, say 3 hours of movie.
Yeah.
And then there's,
if there were 540 minutes of movie and 540 pages of book, it would be 1.0.
So what's the Hobbit?
The Five Armies is like. It's like for every page of book. Like for every page.
There's 19 minutes of movie.
Because it's from one book, but like they just use like certain page markers.
Yeah.
And so it's like 2 minutes. Like every page is 2 minutes.
Wow. Oh, that's good.
Something like.
It's not bad.
I mean, people would think.
I don't know.
People would think that's bad because all you're like. It seems like you're just stretching it all out.
Yeah,
it does seem that way.
And that was the problem with these, especially with Desolation of Smaug.
Like Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix.
See, Matt and I...
It's like an 800-page book, and it was like, it's like 0.5. It was like, it's much quicker.
Matt and I, you and I both saw the second one and went, I'm not doing it.
Kind of done,
I'm not doing it again. Saw the first one, saw the second one, we're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't even know how it ends. Maybe Smaug...
Please keep tapping the table, by the way.
God. Why is there even a table?
We should kind of hang it from the roof.
That's a deep question. Like Madison Square Garden.
There is a hole right above the microphone we could hang it from.
I do recommend watching it for nothing else than just finishing it.
Okay.
Just finishing it.
So you're a completist. That makes sense.
Oh, I'm definitely.
If you don't like the movies, just watch them till they're done.
Oh yeah.
It's a joke for Mom.
No, there are. Yes, it's true.
Put your mustard, get your peppered mustard and watch the movie till it's done.
Mom, we made a joke for you.
Don't yell it upstairs.
She'll come down.
She'll hear it later today.
We do have.
Matt was gonna
a little bit.
Matt, what are you doing? No, don't.
Oh no.
Okay, sorry guys.
It's just why I don't go to that part of town anymore. What?
And that's how they wrote the Constitution.
Shout out to Seinfeld.
Shout out to comedians in cars getting coffee.
Anyway, Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. I decided to watch it in Vancouver to spare you guys taking me there. Like I said, I would force you to. I'm not going to make anyone watch nothing they don't like. But I'm in a real Tolkien-y mood right now. I actually might pick up Unfinished Tales and the Silmarillion from my local bookstore.
Unfinished Tales has a disappointing ending, I heard.
Because it doesn't.
I should have did there.
You're a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I really hope it stops in the middle of a sentence. And then Bobo.
Says his name wrong. Like, he just had a stroke.
Bobo Biggins.
John.
Wow. All right. We just said in your love. That didn't help, by the way. That did not help.
I can't see the levels. My back's turned.
Anyway, I'm gonna read Fellowship and Towers again, and I actually have never read Return of the King. I watched the movie, so I was like,
I read them all when I was in like grade 7.
Yeah, see, I read them a long time ago, and I was like, these are
just pretty darn good.
What, the Harry Potter books?
Harry Potter video game instruction manual.
What were you guys talking about?
I skipped the
Lord of the Rings.
I need to make.
By the way, Alex is sitting on an exercise.
Make a casual vacancy joke, so if you guys can just hurry up and get to Harry Potter, that would be great.
Anyway, and that's Harry Potter for you.
Alex just casually vacated that place for a joke.
Can I say something? Alex is sitting on an exercise ball. He's not really sitting on it. He's like,
I'm sweating.
He's putting a lot of work into sitting down.
Too much work to sit.
This is
Oh my god.
He's like the mayor of Portland. He's like tightening. He's wrote a book on tightening his core.
Oh my god.
Don't worry about the computer. I got it.
It's still there.
Yeah, don't look at me. Look at me. Matt, what are you reading right now? Cough. You said you wanted to talk
no,
about
I don't. I was starting.
copies.
I was when I have some downtime at work. I was reading a little bit of a Dan Brown book.
So you're a big fan of Dan Brown.
I am not really. I'm not a fan.
Can
but
I hit this?
I've
Can I hit
100%.
this?
You can hit that. Yeah. I know you want to hit that, so you can do that.
It's because you can't do that. You like that song? The Ravens fans kill it all. That became like the sports song.
Yes.
Just every stadium just like, oh. And like,
It's like
and way after it came out.
yes.
And,
10 years after it came out.
and way after.
Alex is gesturing like an Italian man. It seems to be something like really cerebral. Like I feel like you can play that song to people like who've never experienced like human civilization. They're like, yeah, I want to yell that.
So this is what I figure. So yes, Baltimore did invent that song. Yeah, and
Invented that
They
song?
invented it.
And
yeah.
The Wire.
And The Wire.
And Crabs.
And Crabs.
The
food and cereal.
We all like had the same joke in our head. Just the food.
By the way,
And cereal.
By the way, it's not.
Podcast.
It's actually an animal.
I was like, that's Battle Creek.
It's actually before. Oh god.
That's where the Kellogg's factory
Okay,
is.
so we said that
I
crabs.
was talking about Dan Brown. Let's be
Crabs
clear.
are.
Oh my god.
Yes, but I have to.
Talk about crabs, Will. This is important to you.
We said that crabs were food. They're actually an animal, guys. You cook the animal to make it food. Anyway, that's how I view the world.
You said crabs are food, but they're actually animals.
that you eat.
Is anything actually food then? If you think that's food, that's a
Vegetables?
plant.
It's a plant.
That's a plant.
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Big
Hold
Macs.
on.
Big Macs are
Hold
food.
on. I have not smoked anything or enough to have this conversation right now.
Big Macs.
Hey, no one said you did it, Alex. No one said you did it. No, so Baltimore took Seven Nation Army, but I was saying that it's annoying that I think when you play Sweet Caroline at various sporting events, they do it in Vancouver, everyone does the ba-ba-ba thing. I don't think they should do the ba-ba-ba thing because that belongs to what team, Alex? Liverpool! No, I'm kidding. It belongs to the Red Sox, right?
Oh,
Sweet
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah.
I was like, ba-ba-ba. And it's so...
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Boppity-boppity.
Did you ever see Bill Burr on Conan talking about it? He's like, man, we had a mascot in the 70s, and they got rid of it because people beat it up. And it's like, now everyone goes to the Red Sox game, they have their arm around their girlfriend. Sweet, yeah. He's like, it's the stupidest thing ever. So I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, they won a lot of World Series in the 70s, too.
What is...
Yeah.
Yeah, cough.
So
Worst to first to worst.
in downtime at work, I'm reading this Dan Brown book, and
God,
it
I'm
is
so sorry.
very.
That you're reading the book.
It's striking how formulaic these books are.
Yes.
At this point, it's like Tom Hanks' character, Robert Lang. I'm just going to use because you guys maybe see the movies.
T. Hanks.
T. Hanks.
Yeah, I saw
his character is invited somewhere
Nice
to do
hairdo.
something. He is placed in uncomfortable positions, having to deal with authority figures who are
back of
trying
a Volkswagen?
to stop things.
Okay.
And there is some creepy, weird, egotistical, like assassin guy who's going around.
Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany,
Yeah.
or I don't know who played the guy in
Angels
of the
and
Demons.
Demons. I didn't see that
It was
one.
not, as you might think, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor. But
Ian-
anyway, so I'm reading this, and it's just one of those things where you're just like, this guy. It's almost like there's two different like parts of writing. One is coming up with a story, and one is making words make the story clear. And I think he's good at like constructing a story. Be like, this guy goes here, then this happens.
Does
that
he
sort of
get bad prose?
But it's horrific. And I'm not the first person to like. You can look up online like. I think there was an article that a British newspaper wrote a couple years
famous
ago.
writer who can't put a sentence together?
Yeah, no, a couple years ago, like a British newspaper wrote an article using all lines that he said or like has written down in books, and they're really quite atrocious. So it's funny to read this because you're like, yeah, I can see this. Like this guy's writing books that seem like they could be movies down the line, but at the same time, it's like he spent 5 pages on a concept that would take 2 pages.
So Hemingway would lose his mind.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, good for him because he's like making lots.
Like
of
read
money.
that and then read Hemingway and just be like, oh,
That's
what real writing
you
is.
conveyed more
his
in a
prose
page.
is unreal.
Yeah.
Not to go.
Shout out to Hemingway.
Hemingway.
Take that, Dan Brown. You know Hemingway.
You old drunk bastard.
Yeah, son. Well, he's dead because he shot himself. His wife took him to electrotherapy and then he lost his mind.
Yeah, electrotherapy would kill somebody. I don't know them. Comfortable subjects to breach.
bitches be crazy.
No, don't. That's not how we get out of this.
Sorry.
That's not the one.
Oh,
That was the one. What's the name? What's the title?
There's not many things that happen, but like where Will looks genuinely disappointed in me, that was one of them.
Now you can actually see me.
No.
What's the name of this? What's the name of this book? The title?
This one is, I believe, I want to say Lost Symbol. So
Lost
it came out in
Symbol.
2009. It's the
And it's
that's so 5 years ago.
CYMBAL.
yeah, it's about
a
the drum kit
set.
that they're missing a part of it.
Boom, boom.
It was so Angels and Demons came out in like 2001, I think, and then Da Vinci Code came out in 2004. I assume that he took a couple years off and just bathed in caviar and smoked a lot of hashish.
Yeah.
And then in 2009 he put out this book, and then he put out one called Inferno a couple years later,
Yes.
which is pretty much Angels and Demons / Da Vinci Code, but in Florence, dealing with Dante's Inferno. And that will be a movie before Lost Symbol is. For some reason, they decided, let's do... Actually, you know what? I bet they want to appeal to an international audience.
Do they all star Robert?
They're all Robert Langdon, and they're all Tom Hanks. So I think these are movies Tom Hanks makes when he's like, I just want to make $15 million for over 4 months.
make
You see the
$15
movies I
million.
make, I don't make $15
Yeah.
million. Crazy.
Christ.
Just snuff films.
Freaking... You know Denzel Washington got $35 million for American Gangster?
Oh, good for him.
Because he signed a deal when it was first getting made. I don't know who ended up directing it. It was probably...
I was like a guy.
See, this is
Yeah.
another thing we would tell you. We're like, oh, American Gangster, of course. It's a this person joint.
It's a Spike Lee joint. It's not. There's only one. There's only one director who makes joints.
It's a Marty Scorsese joint. Scorsese.
And it's not Kevin
There's
Smith.
9 seasons.
So what did...
So he signed, and it's kind of like, I think Kevin Smith talks about that when they try to remake the Superman with Tim Burton directing. He signs a deal, when they come up with it, it's pay or play.
Right, either way.
Doesn't matter if you make this movie or not, I get $15 million. Whether I work 90 days, 100 days, or 0 days, I get 15. So he signed it for 15, movie got scrapped, got picked back up again, signed for 20. So
That is
I'm pretty
amazing.
sure it's him in that movie, but we'll have to check. Don't look that up.
Don't
kids.
fact check it, folks.
Don't look that up, kids.
You can't fact check it
Play
anywhere.
is a thing. I remember
Anyway.
I remember listening to a podcast. I wish I could remember who it was, but I think it was.
I think Kevin Smith.
And this is horrible. Who played Mario in the Mario movie? Who just died a couple years?
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins, I think, was in another movie. There was a pair play deal, and they didn't make the movie. And I think he ended up writing to the director. He's like, "Yeah, if there's any other movies like you want to not make that you want to have me in, I would love to."
That would
I'd love
be
to not do
awesome.
them.
I would love to get paid for sitting on my ears.
Or making another
Your
movie,
ears?
making money while it's happening.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah. Double that up.
No
Double
shit.
dip.
I wish I could make money.
Hey, man,
You can.
you're
No,
allowed.
guys, I can't.
Sometimes you're not allowed to.
I can't, guys.
That's a problem.
I'm useless.
Speaking of problems,
And that's how they
Couldn't
wrote
find
the
my wallet.
Constitution.
No! It's got to be something different every time.
I wasn't recorded last time, was it?
This is going to drive people insane.
I don't care.
and it ought to.
That's not me.
It ought to.
That's not anybody.
That's not.
Well, I believe you've played some interesting PlayStation 4 games.
Yes, I was just
True or
thinking
false?
that thought. No, I was at my buddy's place the other night.
the other topic?
Yep, we did.
Pair play, Denzel Washington, Dan
Bob Hoskins
Brown,
is
Bob
dead.
Hoskins,
dead.
R.I.P.
Bruce Willis is a ghost. Did you get
Spoiler
that?
alert, Matt Damon's in Interstellar.
No!
No!
I actually had a friend listening to this show, and she's like, yeah, I didn't listen to your podcast because it said it had Interstellar spoilers, so I didn't hear it. So we actually ruined her life.
What?
Yeah, we ruined her life.
What's her name?
Her name's Georgina. Shout out to Georgina.
Sorry,
we ruined your life.
Georgina. I think
Georgina, you get what you pay for.
apparently Matt Damon was like announced
Get
and
off
signed.
the couch! Stop lying down.
I think it's better for the
You're
level.
so fun. I know, but we're
It's really not.
Oh, God.
Just don't yell into the microphone as loud as you possibly can.
sit up.
So what was the circumstances that had you in a PlayStation 4 environment?
Yeah. Wow.
Can't mute that.
Enjoy that.
Oh.
So my
I can taste it, though.
We should talk about the cat later on.
let's bring it down. Actually, we should bring her down and have her sing.
What you get?
Have her sing in the microphone. No, my friend every year has a big party at his dad's place. Dad's got a big spot out by the beach. And
This is in Nova Scotia.
It's in Nova Scotia, yeah, where we all currently are.
Couldn't have Vancouver. He lives on the West Coast.
We're in.
I don't know. He could have watched it last week. I don't know.
They're in the computer? So he's got a big house, and he's got, he's got the big TV. He's got the Wii U connected to Just Dance 2015, so I got my groove on.
Gonna be okay.
I'm pretty good.
Do-do-do,
That
just
doesn't have that
dance.
song. It has just romance.
Does it have
Bad
Fancy?
Romance. It doesn't have fancy in it. It doesn't
What?
have Black Widow baby. Yeah, that's...
Like a Black Widow baby. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
It's true. It sounds just like it.
Anyway,
Try to hear that and hear anything else now.
he's got poker table, pool table, various game console
Please
setups.
keep
Shuffleboard
literally
table,
every item in
ping
his
pong
home.
table.
He's got a lot of taxidermy. He's got a
Is
giant
there
bear
any
rug.
animals on the wall?
Yeah, taxidermy.
What kind of face? What expression do they have on their face?
He goes,
Is
yeah,
that a gun?
Taxidermy.
They all have a look in their face like, is that a gun?
That one looks like he's literally yelling, gun.
Shout out to Seinfeld.
Shout out to Seinfeld and Fred
Amazing car
Armisen.
city coffee. Thank you for filling the time in our Christmas vacation.
Hipster service counter. Hipster service takes a long time.
It takes like 10 minutes for
So, do they have a PlayStation 4? I brought this up as something that you started talking about a Wii U for some reason.
Yeah, we use a lot of fun, by the way. I just
Shout
got
out to
Shout out to Nintendo, former playing card company from the 1800s.
That's true.
Shout out to the Hubble
1800s.
Space Telescope.
No, it has this. PlayStation 4 has this like I guess it's a PSN game called Sports Friends, and it's got like 4 mini games on it.
Sports friends.
The
And,
most
like,
general. Does it have
Thing
an
stuff with
Sport Zed with friends Zed.
It's like Sports Friends 2015, I think is what it's called, or 2014. So
Sports Friends 2012 was a really good game.
it's got this game called Barry Ballyhoo or something.
Bowie.
Barry
Barry Obama.
Where you have to like
Marriage!
basically take a ball and throw it into the colored water and jump out of the guy's way, and you only have so many circles around you for each jump. And once you run out of the jumps, you can get broken and you get smashed, and then you go back and pick up the ball and do it all over again. That one makes the most sense. The next one is one called Vault, where you are 2 pole vaulters and you try to kick a ball across a wire into a target, and you can either use the stick to like tap the ball, like the circle across, or you can like pole vault and kick it, but you can also like kill each other if you pole vault and kick into each other. But the best one is called Hokra. And Hokra, you're a little... wait a minute.
Son of an ass.
I think that's... And watch it. Oh, we don't get the audio?
No, I think they already answered it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yes, the phone in our house tells you who's calling.
But it doesn't, because it goes, careful.
even if it's mom, it's like, call from mom.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, our parents, because they are older and our parent age.
Okay.
Wow.
Have a landline.
There you go.
Oh, snap. I mean, you guys said that like as if I'd say that like our parents are older. My parents would be like, "No, we're not." To the podcast tomorrow morning. I mean, today morning.
I was talking to someone about the parents. I was like, you realize they've been parents longer than they haven't been? So they'll never shut that off. They're just like,
Their life is that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's all they
This is
know.
what we do now. This is who we are.
And we can't stop.
Anyway.
Will is 30, and they are less than that times 2.
True.
Little math for you there. Guess our parents' age. If you can guess our parents' age, tweet us at hashtag I guessed your parents' age, jerks. What are you giving me now?
I'm going to do that. I'm going to try.
You're going to try to guess their
Try and
parents'
guess
age
their
just by knowing their birthday.
Anyway, it's this game called Hokra. You're a little square
You play as Okra Winfrey.
with your little number on it, and you got to get a little puck, and your little guys tackle each other around, get the puck on the...
Please stop tapping the exercise ball.
Is that...
Alex can't stop being like, he's like, does this make noise?
I don't know why.
You're tapping what is essentially an enormous bass drum that you're sitting on.
Can't stop, won't stop.
You just did it.
I know, I'm proving a point.
I'm proving a point. That noise can be
What else
generated.
makes noise in this room? Anyway, you're a little Hokra guy, and you try to get in the square and color in the square.
Nice.
And these all sound really weird in concept. And I think it's kind of funny. It's on the PlayStation 4, but they all have Atari-style graphics.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, if that's the case, they should be able to put like 20 games on there.
You'd think,
That's what
right?
I meant, like 20,000.
It's probably pretty inexpensive.
What a minute. Let's talk about Madden and how you guys did playing against me. In that.
We should have.
Wow.
First of all,
We should fire up Madden
one
right
rematch.
We should fire up Madden right now.
No. Like the language for this podcast would not be acceptable.
Matt would have to have his finger on the pulse of the blooper. Of the bleeper.
The bleeper blooper?
Also, Matt, you got a board game for Christmas this year. That was a great purchase.
Right, that's
by somebody.
correct.
Also, not on the wish list.
This doesn't mean I don't, like, not everything
I'm kidding.
I chalk
A new car. That was not my.
Yeah,
wish list.
I got
not
Saturday
my
Night Live Trivial Pursuit DVD edition there, so we'll...
So is it like seen it?
Yeah, I would say it's like seeing it.
I seen it.
There's different
I saw it.
the different figurines you use.
Yes.
And they skew kind of toward like the 99 2000 era, which makes sense because probably when
Every answer is just Chris Kattan.
There is Chris Kattan as his weird. What is it?
Mango?
That's Mango. So it's Mango. There's also Chris Farley as Matt Foley.
Yeah. Will Ferrell is a cheerleader.
His
Cone
cheerleader. I think there's a cone head. It's just interesting to look at that and be like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that like.
There's no caveman lawyer?
I would doubt it, to be honest.
No. I guess Frozen
Inattentive
Caveman
Chef,
wasn't the hit that it should have been. Like the Inattentive Chef. Yeah, need a more Hartman.
Yeah, everything needs more Hartman.
But yeah, we'll crack that thing open at some point. We did play Madden,
Running out of
and
time.
Matt, when he gets into a video game,
Oh boy.
doesn't just play
Move here.
it a little bit. Yeah, as long as you don't tap anything.
Alex is
I'm
moving.
sweating. My core is so engaged.
Because you're wearing fleece.
So Will's
It was a present for my aunt. I love her, and uncle. I love her very much, and it's very comfortable.
Yes, fleece is excellent. I'm a big fan of my fleece too. Matt's a big fan of his fleece too, so I'm wearing it earlier today.
Yes, Tro.
That's true.
So
So Matt, when he plays a video game, he doesn't just kind of play a video game. He like, I remember he went from 0 to pro in like NHL. I can't remember which NHL did you start out on. 11, 12?
yeah, I would have bought I think 11 or 12.
Matt got way too good at NHL, so of course he gets mad and he gets way too good at playing
Will's
Madden.
Will's qualifier for way too good is better than him, by the way.
Yes, that's way too good. I play with my friend Brandon. We're both way too good.
I threw like 90 interceptions against you. Like, just...
So you're just throwing it into protection. That's okay.
Throw it in protection. Because you know what I do? I told you this, but I pick my receiver before the play even goes.
You're like, all right, I'm going to throw it to Juliet. I'm like,
Like,
he's
for a
covered,
guy
he's
who
covered, he's
knows-
covered, I'm throwing it to him, he's covered, he intercepts.
Antonio Brown, he's going to get it.
For a guy who knows
Interception.
football so well,
well.
you think you'd be a little bit smarter than that. But you're not
One
smart.
of the-
Well, what happens too is you go like, oh, just do this. I'm like, what button is that?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
times
that's the
where I was
other
like,
I don't
oh,
know the buttons.
he just don't know.
He just down now.
He knows football. He just doesn't know his ES from a hole in the ground.
Oh, I do. Well, yeah, obviously I do.
Joey Lawrence haircut.
Oh,
Anyway. Yeah, so Matt, we played Madden.
just logistical stuff.
And the first game was me against you. And I thought I did well in the first quarter. I had, all the possession.
You
in
had
the
a
first
huge
quarter.
drive.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
huge drive. Yeah,
yeah.
I did quite well. And then I turned the ball over, and Matt on offense
Yeah.
was good. Holy
All I did
shredding
was,
me
I
up.
was playing as the 49ers.
Don't shrug. Don't shrug when you
Oh, I
say
did.
that.
Oh,
Don't shrug and say, "Oh, you did."
Do you want? Okay, how did I get my first score? My first play, I
Like
did
a
play action. And
Listen,
I happened to
I
ran it in.
purposely forgot all about this. By the way,
That was all it was. It doesn't show necessarily skill. It's just me running it in.
Anyway, so you beat me. What was it? Yeah, I settled for points at the end of my long drive. Is what I did,
Yeah,
which was smart on my part.
28-3.
Which was smart. It was 28-3. Yes, Matthew, 28-3. Which actually isn't that bad.
So
as far as a
I
blowout
play
goes.
Matt afterwards, and Will set me up real good.
I said, Alex,
He goes,
he knows what you're going to do. He knows your plays. He knows you're going to be on the field. He knows everything.
he'll get inside your head
He'll
and
get inside
crush
your
your
head.
dreams.
You can crush your dreams.
He knows everything that's going to
He's
happen
been where you've
before
been.
it happens. He's omniscient. He's prescient.
Omniscient, omnipresent.
Beneficent? No.
Omnipresent. Is your omnipresent? I'm doing my John Travolta right now. Hey, Joe.
With the wickedly talented Adele. It's funny because he has an illness.
It's funny. Does he?
Isn't he dyslexic?
Whoa, wait a minute. We all made fun of him for that.
Yeah, he's dyslexic.
Ah, no.
Or is it just Tom Cruise? I used to confuse them in the 90s, but now that I'm out
Oh,
of
because
that,
they're both Scientologists, you racist.
Tom Cruise is
Yes.
dyslexic.
yes, I think John Travolta maybe too.
No, because then everyone, no one would. No.
Gotta pick out those cues, buddy.
Can I hit this? What can I hit?
You can hit the lights. Ow! Not me.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Nice, some strikes.
That was some strikes.
Use
So,
that,
yeah.
use that for sound mixing.
So Matt beat me 28-3.
What?
Matt beat you
2014.
2014.
You score a couple touchdowns.
Don't make that
Yeah.
face. Yeah, you got 2. I was
Ah,
really
good for him.
What a son of a gun.
I was
We're
really
playing
upset about that.
tomorrow,
I
and
do
I'm
not
gonna
remember
destroy
this.
you.
I'm sorry.
We're playing tomorrow, and by that I mean today.
And I mean today.
What you mean?
Today?
And
We
I
also
mean
played yesterday. Remember we played
podcast
yesterday and I beat Matt 42-6.
Yeah,
That was a good game. Yeah, that was awesome.
Will not take place.
Yes, it did take place. It most certainly did. It is in the pantheon. It is in the history books.
What show was it that had like that sound mixing thing? But like, hey, you want to know what a knife in a head of lettuce is? You just stab a guy. Like it was opposite. So all the sound mixing was like, a stab sounds like it's something hitting lettuce. But so then I realized it's opposite.
What show was that?
I don't
It
know,
sounds like
and
something
now I
Conan would
kind
do.
of hope it
We gotta-
doesn't exist so I can create it.
We gotta talk about video game arcade top 10.
Video and Arcade Top 10 starring Nicholas Pickles. Is that his real name? I remember that.
Why did you say that though?
Why did I bring it up?
Yeah.
We're talking about video games, and I remember watching that show with you guys in this room.
No, we were at the Ale House last weekend,
Oh, really?
and we swore the lead singer of the band, we're like, that is the host of Video and Arcade Top 10. I would bet money on this. And it's just weird that you just said, like, that.
Did he say his name was Nicholas Pickles?
My name's Nicholas Pickles. I'll see you later. You know how he's British?
Yeah, I know. No, I don't. But
No,
tell
he
me more
puts it
about
on stage.
Absolutely
Oi,
wasn't British.
my name Nicholas Pickles.
Oi!
I remember when they had Pokemon on that show, you would get points depending on how many Pokemon you caught, and if you if you beat a gym. And if you remember starting out Pokemon, getting to a gym and beating it takes not a short amount of time, at least half an hour or more of gameplay.
Yeah.
You just go out and catch Rattatas and
Caterpies and Caterpie. Well, it's Caterpie. What was the other one? There's two. There's Caterpie, which turned into.
Oh gosh. Not Weedle. Oh, Weedle. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Weedle. And he
Weedle
becomes
and
Kakuna.
Caterpie, Kakuna.
Becomes Horndrill? Beedrill?
Beedrill and Horndrill, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
You have some members, yeah. Butterfree and
Remember, and you wanted when you
Venomon.
won Video Game Arcade Top 10, they had a wall
Top
of
10
prizes,
bonus
and
ball.
you always wanted the red one because you could
Yeah.
just pick whatever you wanted, right?
yeah. Most people got pretty crappy prizes on that show.
I had this conversation yesterday where I was like, back in the 90s when you didn't win Wheel of Fortune, and they'd be like, we have some lovely parting gifts for you. What were they?
They would just say it. They wouldn't show.
Yeah,
it.
no, that's what they'd say. And I was
I
like,
hope it's an 8x10 glossy.
like
of just
Google.
Pat
I want to
Sajak.
Google game shows parting gifts. Was it a microwave? Was it a lifetime supply of razor blades?
I think it's a
Modern
lifetime
Family?
supply of. It's a lifetime supply of memories. I think. And fame and
Wait, there's a
fortune
lovely
beyond
party
your
gift for you.
wildest
This
dreams.
experience you've just finished.
Here's a tape of the show of you losing. Make sure you
Your
show it to
memory
everybody.
of all of this.
They're on Price is Right. They'd be like, contestants not appearing on stage will receive, and they'd be like, depends, adult diapers, that kind of thing.
How can contestants not appear on?
Because they get called
the
up.
row.
Yeah.
You-
How sucky would it be first, come on down, oh, I got it, and then
You're there the whole time, or to be like the last one. You have
on
one
Betty next
chance.
to you bets $1. You're like, I will punch you on.
There's
Betty.
the $1 and you do the $2
Wait,
thing.
what'd
to
she
really
bet?
mess them up.
700. 701.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Pretty sure Family Guy had a joke about that. Speaking of video game challenges, I played recently in a video that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I played my friend in a round of Mega Man's Soccer. That's not Mega Man Soccer. It's Mega Man *S Possessive Soccer.
So what system is this for?
Super
Isn't it
Nintendo.
Mega Mons,
Oh,
like
yes.
Le Mans?
Mega Mans.
The race?
Uh,
Not the race of people.
The
but
race of people?
automobile race.
Oh, I was
Where
like,
the-
what race of people? When I'm trying to go through all the races. In
where
my
would the
head.
Le Mans be from? I'm guessing France. That's probably the races.
No, I
The
think
mountains?
I think it's Kentucky. Le Mans, Kentucky. That's not. I'm
Is
joking.
that a play?
I'm messing.
Is you joking?
I'm messing with you.
Messing with you guys. Anyway, so keep an eye out for me and my friend Marty playing Mega Man's
What? That's
Soccer.
not a thing to be on the lookout for. Is that what you just said?
Is it a YouTube video?
It'll be a YouTube video, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
It'll
Alex,
be
Alex wasn't
recorded.
listening when he heard.
This
He
is
said
a-
there's a video. He said at the beginning.
Alex, you picked me up yesterday? That's what I was doing. We were making a little video.
and I was
Little
at 167 when I should have been at some
thing.
other.
Well,
address.
yeah. Okay, yeah. Give out the guy's address.
I gave her the address. It's not 167 any street in the world.
Also, my social insurance number is.
And don't edit this to make it sound like I killed. I dropped I was talking to my friend and I dropped a Junior Western Bacon Cheese reference and it just his head exploded.
What's that?
A junior.
A Junior Western Bacon
It's from a
Cheese.
Tenacious D album when they go to the drive.
Take 2 of the McNuggets and throw them away.
I just want a 4-nugget thing. Trying to watch my calorie intake.
Cancel the last 2 items.
Shut up and listen to my
My
order.
order.
We can go on for that
Oh,
forever.
man.
Hey, if you're listening and looking to listen to something better than this, Tenacious D.
I don't
If you don't
necessarily.
listen to something better than this,
Eponymous-
literally anything else.
Eponymous
Almost
first
anything else
album.
would be worth your while.
Matt's just chilling with his headphones on. It's so
So-
weird being able to see you guys. Will in your James Flacco jersey and Matt in your goat jersey.
Yeah, how about those Ravens yesterday making it to the playoffs?
Wow, I
Ooh.
can't. I'm so excited right now. You just made me the happiest man on earth. It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
By the way, next week we'll do our football season wrap up slash
Slash playoffs.
Did
start?
you?
playoffs have started.
No, but did you keep track of predictions?
Yes, and don't. That's a really crooked finger, by the way. What
I'm
is
so
wrong with that?
conscious about my finger.
Why is that finger so stubby?
I don't.
Alex, hit your fingers together.
What is wrong with it? Tweet a picture of your finger.
For those people who can't see it, Alex's finger is very broken and weird.
I was on a date with a girl, and she's like, I have really small hands. I was like, I do too, and I put them up, and like hers are way smaller than mine. She's like, you have short fingers. I was like, I know. I just told you that.
Why are your fingers so short?
It's like when Troy and Abed shake hands. He's like, I just told you, but after you, nothing. He tries to karate top the table, and he hurts his hand.
Yeah, you
One
could have
of
went.
those flashbacks.
You could have went somewhere with
Anyway.
that, but right,
Anyway,
yeah.
point being, my hands are small, and apparently now very, very crooked, and I don't feel good. I don't
Now he's sitting on
I don't
them.
feel good about myself.
He's sitting on them.
Get them all straight there, yo.
He's sitting on them, hunched
Get
over.
them all straight there, yo.
Couldn't feel a pulse, so I just went away. Anyway,
It's your time at portraying EMT.
Yeah,
yes.
I saw you as an EMT, and if I stay...
I still have.
Yeah, if you're flying anywhere-
I'm like a terrible person.
If you're flying anywhere on Air Canada throughout the month of December, so you have 3 days left, 2 days left,
2 days left.
as soon as you listen to the show on Monday morning, like you always should, then definitely fly somewhere just to check out If I Stay on.
Take a quick flight. I remember when I watched If I Stay, I was like, there's Will, and there he is, and there he's gone. And then a few moments later, he shows up in another scene. It was very exciting.
Do you remember Mom and Dad went to see it, and they're like, got so involved in the movie? They're like, oh, Will showed up. They're like, whoa, right, our son is in this.
Well, shout out to
I was all
R.J.
caught
Cutler
up
for
in
directing
the,
a nice
the
movie.
Yo-Yo Ma fan or whatever.
Yo-Yo.
Yo-Yo Ma reads.
Yo-Yo Ma's cousin, little Nepetiz.
Was it Hot Rod where he's got that library poster that you'd see? It's like Yo-Yo Ma reads, and it's just like all it is. Oh, it's the best. But you can see If I Stay other ways. You can get it on iTunes.
Yeah.
Illegally downloaded.
I saw it
by
at
the
a
way, put in the
hotel.
coupon code Triple Threat Podcast in iTunes.
Whoa.
Nothing will happen.
Nothing.
No event will take place. Go to redeem.
It'll triple the cost of your price. Cost of your price? Price is the cost, you idiot. All money is spending money.
Price. Yeah, it's a good point. All money is spending money.
Yeah, thanks.
Who pointed that out to you?
What? Community?
Oh, God.
She goes,
So,
Brenda's trying to put some Abed finances together. She's like, plus he needs spending money. He's like, all money is spending money. And then my head exploded. My head explodes a lot.
Yeah, for a guy whose head never
Just picking
exploded.
up the pieces on a daily basis.
Just people say very profound things, and you're just like, whoa.
Alex spends his time around a
Conspiracy
lot of profundity.
Keanu, you're just like, whoa.
As long as you don't say mind equals blown, then that's fine. That's
No,
one
but I
thing.
say lots of other annoying things.
Do you say amazeballs?
No, I say, she cute out.
Yeah, that's
She
fine.
did- Alex, I recently tweeted about Idris Elba.
Idris.
Idris.
What? No,
Whoa.
it's not Idris.
Idris.
Seriously not?
Idris?
Seriously not.
Is it...
Mr.
Okay,
Elba,
sorry,
if
hold
you're
on,
listening to this show, we
hold on.
apologize.
Why would I know how to say that name?
Because
It's
he's
insanely
he's a
specific.
famous
He's
person.
Stringer Bell in The Wire. He's
Yeah.
Luther. He's Charles in
Is
The
he in The Wire?
Office. Yes, he's Stringer Bell.
Okay.
Have you not seen The Wire?
No, I have not.
All right, we're gonna
doing
live.
here?
We're
So
gonna live watch
Idris,
The Wire on the podcast.
Idris Elba. There's been rumors that he's going to be James Bond, which I said in a tweet doesn't make
Idris-
sense because
Idris Ebola.
Spectre is coming out with Daniel Craig, and then Daniel Craig has another movie after that.
This is
And by
gonna
that
turn into
time,
like a
Idris
Donald for
Elba will
Spider-Man
be in
thing,
his
isn't
40s. They don't cast James Bond's that old anymore.
How old
And
was DC when he started?
Who's what name?
Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig was in his 30s.
Whoa, what name?
The weird thing, okay, so like Sean Connery, like Roger Moore took over from Sean Connery after he left for the second time after Diamonds Are Forever.
Yes.
Roger Moore was older than Sean Connery to begin with.
That's why they hired him, because it's a continuation. I'm just
That's
gonna-
what's weird. So like,
They should have
he was
hired Richard Harris.
57 in View to a Kill.
Richard Harris would have been
But
awesome.
so people were saying like, oh, Idris Elba should be James Bond, and like I think a lot of people like say that because they're like, oh, because he's black,
'Cause
it's
the
like,
race,
it's
yeah,
cool,
they're loving
like,
the
or
race
something.
thing.
It's like,
Donald for Spider-Man.
and I think I'm becoming more that doesn't. I'm not going to be as opposed to that as I initially was.
Okay,
I
careful.
won't do that because it will come off
I used to be more
blatantly
racist. I used to be more racist. No,
used to be
but like
more
he's just
racist.
Idris Elba won't be James Bond just because he'll be too old. That's just the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
The point being,
There's probably some
Yeah,
British
but-
guy we've heard of very briefly who's going to become James
But
Bond.
what
in
if,
like
you ever
10
hear the
years.
expression "black don't crack"?
I have.
Yeah, so
from
that
Leslie
means-
Jones, I believe, on a recent
of course.
Saturday Night Live.
There
I
you
heard
go.
it in Orange is the New Black. I did not realize that actually referred to black people's skin.
Yeah. Black don't crack, baby.
So we've veered way too close to racial
That's not what
conversations.
Ash calls.
So
It's
let's
like
talk about
it's also
feminism.
So the whole point being, you brought that up because you
kidding.
tweeted about Idris Elba, and I.
Oh, and then you
replied
responded
back.
by saying
He
he cute
cute
though,
though.
and then I responded. How did I respond, Alex?
You just sent me a Wikipedia page for the band No Doubt.
you know why?
Because you agreed.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Because he's
I was in here like, Gwen Stefani should be the new Bond.
Because he wanted to say, sorry, he's not home right now. He's walking over spider webs.
And it's all your fault. I scream my phone calls.
Nope. Now we owe no doubt some money. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we do.
let me ask you this. When Pierce was on his way out, and
Yes.
I mean
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
Brosnan, not Cherry Chase's character from Community.
Yeah,
This is
Pierce
a very
Hawthorne.
community-heavy
Pierce
podcast, by the way. We
Hey, man.
apologize for
And
that.
his full name is actually Pearsonald. As his father refers to him as Pearsonald.
Yeah, actually, I need to watch.
While he
that.
wears his ivory hair.
Who was that actor who played that guy?
I don't know.
Somebody amazing. Jeff Winger got the hair in the end. What were you saying? So you were saying?
Yes, I was saying,
Pierce on his way
so when
out.
Pierce was on his way out, so after he did The World's Not Enough, before he did Die Another Day,
Yes.
which is your favorite,
My
were they talking about Daniel Craig at that time? Because there actually
No.
was, they kind of did, I guess it's a different situation because they did kind of, when Pierce took over, that kind of was a reboot, and then when Daniel Craig took over, that kind of, because he had a new M.
He had a new M, but this new M suggested very heavily that he was the same James Bond. Like in GoldenEye, the first time they meet, she makes a point of describing him as like you're a relic of the Cold War and you're a womanizer, and you're like, it sounds like she's just talking about the character of James Bond, which she was.
You.
No, one of the problems was like after Die Another Day, I think they're one of the studios. I want to say, I don't know if it's MJ, maybe
Yes, that was it.
You know
wow,
that-
wow, you're slow.
By Britney Spears.
Yes.
one
Sorry,
of
Matt.
the. That's okay. One of the studios like
And
had money
slow, I have
problems,
small hands.
which is why Daniel Craig didn't come on until later. But people wanted what's his name? He plays the assassin in Born Identity.
Yeah,
No.
I agree.
Paul Bettany?
No, it's a very
Clive
famous.
Owen.
Thank you, Clive Owen.
No. Okay.
Clive
Honestly,
Owen.
I don't know how I know that because he's been like 900 other things, which would be more.
I know.
Record.
I don't know why
He's
this
in
is.
Sin City and shoot him up. And
But Clive Owen, people said, "Oh, he should be the next James Bond."
Children of Men.
Everyone's prediction of who the next James Bond should be has been wrong since they were like, "Oh, Pierce Brosnan should be."
Henry Cavill, like that was one. I think.
Henry Cavill after Superman, I'm like, I don't want to see you in anything else anymore. But I'm gonna have to keep seeing him because there'll be more Superman movies.
Well, just
So you
don't
won't
see
watch A Hobbit, but you'll force yourself to watch.
No,
the
I'm not gonna
Superman?
watch. I'm not gonna watch any more Superman movies. No point. Not in theaters, at least.
No,
Like I discussed with Guardians of the Galaxy, everything's just a MacGuffin movie. There's a thing, and someone's going to stop the
If
thing
you get
from
to-
being a thing.
If you get
or
too
falling
dense
in
into the
wrong
formula,
hands.
it's a problem.
Yeah, and I think I need to rewatch Guardians of the Galaxy because I was not in a good space.
You said you liked it though.
I did, but at the same time, I was just like, eh.
Not
I mean, that
good
movie
space.
does go hard on MacGuffins. That's okay.
Chris Pratt can do nothing wrong.
True.
So
Well, yeah.
He's-
So you're saying because I was having a conversation. No, actually, I don't know. I think we already mentioned this in the show, but like
this same episode.
when I was growing up, my James Bond was Pierce Brosnan because that's the first guy when we got into
I think
Goldeneye,
that's
the first
true
guy.
of all of us.
Well, yes, but that was like the first
Mine
guy.
was George Lazenby.
And for for
Good
some
movie.
of them, it's like it's Daniel Craig, and for some people, it's Sean because he was the first one. And for some people, I guess it's Roger if they're grew up in the 70s or whatever. But so you're saying that everybody except for Pierce, that they're all like he's definitely going to be him, is wrong. I mean, so many British actors out
Just
there.
with like Remington Steele's kind of odd that are like, just kind of similar.
It's like you were Mrs. Doubtfire, you can be a James Bond.
After Sean Connery was
I
leaving
almost
there,
called it Mr. Nanny.
Mr. Nanny.
Well, let me tell you something, dude.
Brother.
You're way off that Mr. Nanny, brother. That wasn't Mr. Nanny. That was me at a tutu drinking tea.
good.
Actually, something that's interesting. Timothy Dalton, who did some pretty good movies in the.
I will be the judge of
the
whether
80s.
or not this is interesting, but go on.
Yeah, so he was supposed to be. They approached him to do On Her Majesty's Secret Service in 1969 when he was like in his 20s. They were like,
Really?
do you want to be James Bond now? And he was like,
No,
I'm-
well, wait to the 80s.
I'm 28. So
I'm
no.
28, a
No,
struggling
he wouldn't
actor.
even be 28. He
Is
was
that
like
what-
quite young.
Is that what he said?
I'm
I'm
28.
No.
I don't
I don't
know
remember
if
how
he's
old he was,
told
but they
you.
did approach him. And then so what they ended up doing, they were like, let's cast a model. And that's how they got Lazenby.
A model idiot. He's Australian.
Yes. Yes.
Stop hitting things.
I was loving these Zoolander quotes.
Model idiot. Why male models? Are you serious?
Are you
I suppose
serious? I suppose that-
The best thing is that's an ad lib.
Yeah, that's a total ad
because
lib.
Ben Stiller did not remember his lines.
So good.
Yeah, that's jokes are
That
funny.
is a good one.
Yeah, so let's all be wrong now. So who do we think could be the next James Bond after DC? Because I'm not ready to see DC leave, quite frankly.
I think after the 5th he'll be gone.
Yeah, he's getting.
Which is, so there's two more.
He'll be getting to the age where the fifth one where like he's getting older. A sixth one is unreal.
He's got a very old soul, though, don't you think?
Oh.
Daniel Craig.
Like, what was the
He's
product
wise.
placement in this one? Like, there's Heineken and
They
stuff
always
like
do
that.
product
Omega
Because the
watches.
sixth one is going to be Cialis. And
That's a good one. Yeah.
Insurance. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be the stuff you see in golf commercials.
Fix it in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What you gonna be? What you gonna be? You gonna be selling walkers? Is that what you're gonna be selling? Huh? Is that what you're gonna be selling?
I
Those?
thought it was an okay joke.
You gonna be selling one of those vans with with the ramp on it. You can take his wheelchair up there. Huh? Access fan. Am I right? Is this thing on? Kunk, kunk, kunk. I actually made it sound like I was tapping on a microphone in front of a microphone that I did not tap.
Yep.
So I hope you're happy about that.
All that happened.
Okay,
I
so
thought that was an okay joke. The Cialis not good?
I thought it was more fun to
Nice.
rip it apart.
Yeah.
I thought, as fun as you thought it was to say it, I thought it was more
Better
fun
to
to
dump
smash it and to see you be upset by it.
I'd rather hurt you.
And
than
actually,
something
let's rewind it. You can actually see the part where his heart breaks.
Look. So who do we think could be James Bond? I'm going to
I'm
say.
telling you, we don't really know.
Let's go left to right.
I'm going
Matt,
to say Richard Harris's
break
son.
down.
What's his name?
Richard Harris's son.
Do you mean? Gosh, the guy who played.
Oh, he's in Mad Men.
He is in.
So I know you like him. He could be James Bond. That'd
No,
be
he could
awesome.
not.
Yeah, I know, but that'd be cool.
No, he cannot. I know.
Who could be? Like, I'm just thinking of like who's a fairly young British actor.
Did I tell you that Chris Jericho's one of Chris Jericho's yearbook wishes was he'd be the first Canadian James Bond, and Kevin Smith's like, I have to make this movie with you.
Kevin
like-
Smith needs to
I
stop
think
hearing
Kevin
one
should-
piece of information. Like,
Yeah.
I want to make a movie
I
about
think
that.
Kevin Smith should stop making movies. He's like, I made Tusk because I couldn't make Clerks 3, and then Tusk sucks, and I'm making Clerks 3. Like, you just give up.
Please stop.
Just give up.
You have too much freedom.
I'm gonna watch him.
Who's gonna be James Bond? I'm gonna say it's the.
His fans are like juggalos now. They're just like only those people.
It's
There's
very
no other
apt
fans.
comparison. What's the name of the guy who is the stormtrooper who popped up in?
Oh,
Star
yeah,
Wars?
yeah. I don't know.
Johnny Boyega?
Johnny Bodega?
Maybe John Boyega. I think you need to have kind of a refined character to him, and I know that he was in what's the movie?
Attack the Block?
Attack the Block, and it was kind of a chav in that, so I don't know if that'll work.
It's kind of a what?
Yeah, you can play
Sure.
more than you can play more than one thing.
Truth. But I'm hoping the next James Bond is somebody that like they'll announce. I'm like, I've never heard of him. And there's
Dev
like some
Patel.
controversy.
What about Dev Patel?
Matthew Patel.
Oh, you got my email explaining the situation? Alex, who do you
Oh, it's James Bond.
who do you think? James Bond.
Me?
Post.
I'm
Oh,
going
you
to
wanna
James
do-
Bond. Matt's
Alex.
predicted.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
No, your hands are too small.
Now, if it's not you, oh no. He's trying to reach a gun. He's like, I can't get the trigger. I can't get there.
The PPK in
I'm
his
going to have
hand.
to
looks
lie
like
down
Desert
for
Eagle.
45 minutes after this. But no, an hour. A full
full
hour. That's all I'm going to have to lay down after this podcast. Oh, these dogs are so cute. I want to throw up and kill myself.
Will, next James Bond, what do you say?
He didn't
I
answer.
know, but I thought he kind of was getting past this. I was just doing Craig from
I was just-
Parks and Rec.
Hey, Billy Eichner, funny guy.
Could you answer the thing,
Is
please?
that bad?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay.
Unable to connect. Oh,
It's just, sorry, Matt. There's
Wait,
just sparks
what was-
flying from your laptop.
that pop
Just wanna
up.
make
Your
sure it's
podcast
on.
has been canceled. Oh my god! I didn't know they could do that.
They did that once in Australia. It was like
Really?
some show,
course they did.
like it was like almost like America's Funniest People, but like
Oh, they canceled it
like
halfway
dirtier,
through. It
and
was
the guy
like,
called
yeah.
in and was like, "Get this off the network." And they canceled it halfway through the show.
Yeah, but it's a podcast. We can't cancel it because it podcast.
I'm just saying,
But it podcast.
similar
So
thing. So who do you think Bond's
Can't
going to be? And then
cancel.
I'll give you my prediction.
okay, going last. Gosh, I didn't really think about this.
Yeah,
But
that's
you,
hard.
you have to be like,
Will-
who will be 32 in 5 years?
Oh my
I will
god!
be.
Like, it'd have to be
Oh, there we go.
Two
That's
for
every game.
two. Now I just got to get way more handsome and British and bigger hands.
How it,
You get a hand transplant from a British guy. It's
Okay,
like,
so you passed the read through, the chemistry test. That's
Yeah.
all good.
you're good with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And we just need a hand.
we'll just get a
quick hand check.
Just a little Kristen Wiig as what's the character from when she's one of the sisters singing?
Oh, what about?
Oh yeah, and I'm Dee
Spider Worm.
Is that bad? Oh, what's that guy called? Lawrence Welk.
Yes.
From the Finger Leaks.
You can take the the girl out of the Finger Lakes, but you can't take the finger out of the girl. There was supposed to be a lakes in there. What about? Oh gosh, you can go to Game of the actors who've been in Game of Thrones. And
Are you
pick
saying
any
Jeffrey or
number of
whatever,
people?
Joffrey?
Joffrey? No,
No, not
Joffrey's not going
Joffrey.
to act anymore.
You know, he's quit. What about Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones?
He's got the personality of a lead balloon.
Is he boring?
Or as I say, a personality of a loaf of bread. So I just don't think he has what it takes to.
or a lofinality of a purse
he
of
does
bread.
not have the what it takes.
Okay, who's got what it takes? Alex, who deferred this question earlier. I just
42-year-old Idris Elba. Too
I'm
old.
sticking with it. Is he 42 right now?
I don't know.
He's
Guys,
gotta
I'm
be.
gonna break my vow and get some.
Oh, wow.
Idris Elba
Wow.
information.
The
took some vows.
He only
Took some
married
vow to
one
never
man.
look up Idris Elba's age. That I'd always just guess.
He took a vow. He's probably like late.
Okay, well,
40s.
Will, how old do you think he is?
38?
Alex?
I get really
43.
scared.
He's 42 now. I was right, actually.
He was also Stacker
Good
Pentecost
me.
in Pacific Rim. Hey,
Stupid
folks,
name,
listening
bad
to this
movie.
show, because we're
Very
still
handsome
listening to this. If you have an idea about who the next James Bond could be, Alex, use the hashtag.
Next James Bond.
I know James Bond is all caps.
I know who James Bond is, all caps.
But all caps.
Is it spelled out, I hope?
Yeah, so the hashtag doesn't have to be in all caps. That's just the end of the
I
hashtag.
know James Bond.
So the hashtag is hashtag I know who James Bond is all caps.
But it all can be all lowercase.
Okay.
Why does I know who James Bond is?
So,
It's
Will,
a
if
character.
you were on Twitter looking for this hashtag, what name would you look under?
I would
As
look-
the one you have in your
What is your
possession.
Twitter account? Is
Don't
what
touch!
Matt
Don't
is-
touch my foot.
Here's what Matt's
Don't
here's
touch
what
my
he's
foot.
asking you.
You know
Here's
what?
what Matt. Oh, I can't hit the table.
Your
I have to
pudgy
stop it.
fingers are freaking me out.
Ah,
I'm on Twitter at William C. Vaughn.
Oh, man. I'm
Matt.
on Twitter at William C. Vaughn.
No,
I'm on Twitter at William C. Vaughn.
we can't even do this right when we're all sitting in a room
At
together.
Evonics, Vaughanix.
I want to give a shout out to.
At MP Vaughn.
I want to give a shout out to was it Javi08 on Twitter?
Yeah.
Who took Ian's recommendation to watch Peter Jackson's Dead Alive and said it was the most
Well, he
disgusting
called it
movie he's ever
something
seen. It was
else.
Brain Dead.
Brain Dead.
Yeah, but it's Dead Alive in North America. He said it was the most disgusting movie he's ever seen. Thank you very much for that. And shout out to at Brad the YM. We rocked some DDP exercising together the other day, so that was a good time. And I got to beat him at Smash Bros, so that was a lot of fun too. Guys, it was really.
Weird.
This is a terrible idea to record this all together. I think we have the right
Keep
idea.
it down, Weird. Come on, Weird.
Weird! You're killing us in there! I called him weird.
I've never met Weird Al.
So yeah, folks, we love you, miss you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, there's music too. Matt is losing his mind right now, and
Mention the unicorn hand puppet. We'll have to. We didn't even discuss Christmas at all, but whatever.
It's
Podcast
still-
over.
we're still
No,
recording.
The music played.
what did you get? I got a rash. I got a rash, man.
Hey, you should get that looked at.